What's up, y'all? Yeah, I got a mini afro when I hop straight out the shower. All right, in this video, I'm about to be talking about intrusive thoughts. Anybody who got mental health issues in any form, maybe you can relate, maybe you can't. I'm gonna read some of the facts according to Wikipedia, and I'm gonna go into a short, not really story time, but a couple aspects of this that I can relate to. I don't know, some of y'all might be pretty judgmental towards me on this one, but you guys already know I keep it real, no filter, no sugarcoating. Shout out to all my visionaries, everybody who watches my videos every day. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Mackie feels the same. My buddy. He's sitting here watching me make this video. An intrusive thought is an unwelcome, involuntary thought, image, or unpleasant idea that may become an obsession, is upsetting or distressing, and can feel difficult to manage or eliminate. When such thoughts are paired with obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, Tourette syndrome, TS, depression, autism, body dysmorphic disorder, BDD, and sometimes attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. Hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, the thoughts may become paralyzing, anxiety provoking, or persistent. Intrusive thoughts may be associated with episodic episodic memory, unwanted worries or memories from OCD, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, other anxiety disorders, eating disorders, or psychosis. Intrusive thoughts, urges, and images are inappropriate things that at an inappropriate time generally have aggressive, you see the word, or blasphemous themes. This is pretty much the same thing. How I fit in here is the PTSD. And I mean, I was told ADHD when I was young, but then they changed it to bipolar. So, I got two diagnoses that both come with something else. The one is bipolar type 2, which also gives me a like chemical imbalance that causes me to be manic and be paranoid, which is actually called paranoid personality disorder. And then you got PTSD, which causes my night terrors. So it's like I got two things. Traumatic experiences: when patients with intrusive thoughts do not respond to treatment, physicians may suspect past physical, emotional, or S abuse. If a person has been experienced trauma, practices looks for the positive outcomes. It is suggested they will experience less depression and higher self-will being. While a person may experience less depression, for benefit finding, they may also experience an increased amount of intrusive thoughts. The key difference between OCD and PTSD is the intrusive thoughts of people with PTSD are of content relating to traumatic events that actually happened to them. People with OCD have thoughts of uh, imagined catastrophes. PTSD patients with intrusive thoughts have to sort out violent, bestial, or blasphemous thoughts from memories of traumatic experiences. Maximus is over here grunting and like half-ass snoring. All right, so what I'm getting at with this is, I do have intrusive thoughts, and I want to know if anybody else does. This is so embarrassing. It's gonna sound crazy, but I have the most craziest thoughts sometimes where I will actually visualize punching people even if I don't plan to do it. So it's crazy sounding, and it really is, but I've told my psychiatrist and talked to them over the years. They said it's very normal, and you've seen what it said. Now, some of y'all know this, some of y'all don't. When I was 6, I lost my V card at age 6. It lasted until I was 9. My female babysitter, who was also my neighbor, she was 13. It's okay. I don't hold no grudges. But, I didn't understand it as trauma back then. But it did happen. And it messed up my pleasure sensors and all type of stuff. And legit, Monique jokes around saying I'm a S addict and shit. But that's neither here nor there. But I also had a home invasion that same year when I was 6 years old in 96. Now, I've talked about this shit like 10 times. But why I bring all this up is it ties in with this. I've had those crazy thoughts, and sometimes, so here's an example. Back in the day, when I was still allowed to be around pew pews, because now I don't and now I'm not, you know. But back then, when I would have them legally and shit, and I was of age and everything was still allowed, I would actually sit there and wonder what would happen if I grabbed that right now. And you know what I'm saying to myself. I don't know why, but it was like, and I would literally think things like, where would I go? Just crazy shit. Sometimes I'll just visualize people being unalived or like the most fucked up scenario. So let's say this sounds crazy, but all right, here's an example. I watched this thing on the Grand Canyon, and it was like a true crime. And the first thing I thought when I seen it was, "That's crazy. What if dude pushed the old girl off the edge?" And then I'm thinking, like, man, why you thinking like that? It's just fucked up. Come to find out, that's literally what the episode was about. Dude pushed, his wife off the thing, and it said that she was falling for like 7 seconds, pretty much knowing that her husband betrayed her and did that. These aren't normal thoughts, but you know, I guess for me it might be. Uh, somebody that I used to hang out around and was in rehab and NA with pretty much told her that I had these thoughts, these intrusive thoughts. I'm not gonna say her name because she's from our area and everybody knows who she is. But this individual told me that she had to tell the group one day when I wasn't there, but she had to tell the group that she would sit there and think about putting her babies in the oven, even though she knows she'll never do it. And one that she said that really fucked me up was that she would every time she sees scissors and she was around her baby, she would think like things involving their hands and stuff. I'm just keeping it real, telling y'all that this is some shit I've experienced being around and myself, but also heard from other people. And like I said, this one is gonna go off the rails a little bit. But have you guys ever had intrusive thoughts? Like, have you ever been walking down the road and you see cars coming and you just think in your mind, like, what would happen if you was right out in the front? I don't know where it comes from. I don't know why, but I mean, you see that Wikipedia says what it says, and it's just fucked up. Uh, Monique definitely knows me more than anybody. She's laying right here, and she knows me better than anybody as far as like all my deepest, darkest secrets. But do you have intrusive thoughts?
Um,
Not on my level, but do you have them at all?
yeah,
So I
sometimes.
think everybody does. And sometimes too, while I have night terrors and shit, I keep having the same dream that I'm about to be unalive, which I've almost been unalive. And that shit alone will give you PTSD, let alone all the other shit mixed in there. But a lot of people think it's like in the movies, it's not. When you see a round leaving the chamber coming towards you, it actually looks like a cigarette cherry for one, and it loses its velocity and it will go like this. They don't just go straight in a line. As it comes down, eventually it'll make this weird sound and whiz off. Just the little details like that, or what it sounds like and looks like to hit other objects, is some fucked up shit. And there's no way to live. I feel like I got guardian angels. And back when I was on a whole different life path trajectory, I could have probably ended up not here, caused by myself from my rug use or some other situation from the way I was living my life had I not went to the penitentiary. That's why I always say sometimes I feel like prison saved my life. So if you guys made it to the end of this video, thank you. I appreciate you coming on here and talking about shit like this. Sometimes is like venting for me for real. I take psych meds and shit. Uh, the one I take is called Caplyta. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know this is intrusive thoughts. If you're familiar with it. I used to take Seroquel and Remron over the years, and they ended up giving me this because it's a two-in-one for PTSD and bipolar. So, all right, everybody, stay safe, stay free, stay blessed.